What's going on, guys? This is Uche, Joker Sneaker Principal, and I want to talk to you real quick about my health journey that I've been on for the better part of the past 6 years. So, those of you who know me know that 6 years ago, 6 years or maybe 7 years ago, I had gastric bypass surgery. I was tipping the scales at about 350. I'd come down enough to about 325 before the surgery, and this wasn't a I lived my life, overweight all my life. Not the case at all. I was a high school athlete. I played college football, and what happened to me is what happens to a lot of people is over the course of adult life, working crazy hours, not eating healthy, trying ways to stay in shape, but it's not enough hours in the day. And when you're not taking care of yourself and work becomes the priority, a lot of us fall into that space where we lose ourselves. I lost myself. I went from being coming out of college about 210, and 210. I'm talking about 210 muscular. Like I was powerlifting. But then I got that first corporate gig, and in time, man, you know, 5 pounds here, 10 pounds there. You go from being like super like six pack and everything else to being like, I'm just like built big, and people they won't tell you that you're getting fat. They just tell you like, man, you're just a big dude. And before you know it, one day I woke up and I was like 350, and I was a size 54 jacket, and I was also I was like a 44, 46 waistline. And if you know anything about those numbers, that is huge. And mind you, I'm standing 5'9", and I did everything. I did all the fat diets. I did P90X. P90X. If those of you guys remember that program, it did get me down from 300s to like 245. But I couldn't maintain it, because my brain was like obsessed with it for those 90 days. And after those 90 days, you realize how much time that you're pulling from everywhere and how much overloading yourself to be able to get the exercise in and eat right and work the crazy, 50, 60 hour weeks and everything else. And it just got to the point where the doctor had said to me, actually, my doctor said to me, literally, are you trying to kill yourself? Like, what are you doing to fix this? Because I knew it was a problem. But he was like, what do you do to fix this? Because if you don't fix this, you're going to die. You're pre-diabetic. And when I talk about pre-diabetic, any of you guys that are out there who are overweight and you sit down for a while, all of a sudden, you get the prickly feeling in your feet, or you're driving and it's like, and you literally have pains because what's happening, your body's nerves are being pinched by all the weight. Your blood flow is not as it should be because of all the weight. And I was going through a lot. Then my blood pressure was out of whack. A couple of times my blood pressure was so high that I was told by my doctor, like, you shouldn't even be driving. Literally, because you could pass out at any given time. You can have a stroke. So I was going through all these different things, and the option of having weight loss surgery came into play, and I did that. And it wasn't something that I did lightly, though I was just like, I want to do this and this is going to be a solution. It's something that I did with a lot of fear and trepidation, because I was like, man, this surgery, I can go. I know people who've had surgery, weight loss surgery, and passed away on the table from complications. But I did it, and I survived. Clearly, I'm still sitting here. And the doctor had told me like, hey, my goal weight for you is 225. 225, because just the way you built your muscularity, that's a good size for you. 225. And I think at the point of surgery, I was about a little over 300 that first week or two, because you're not eating and your body's just like, you can't consume anything. I think I had like the mad drop to like 290s, and slowly but surely I got to 225. And before I knew it, I was under 225. I was like 200, and the lowest I got was 180, 184, 186. At that point in time, I was just, I think the high of being so light and losing all that weight, I was going crazy. That same obsessive mentality that I had with P90X, I did it now, but my body was also losing weight. So did that, And but the whole time I was doing that, I think my fear was the fact that I kept on coming across people on social media and different groups on Facebook saying that they lost all the weight and gained it all back immediately. And then I met someone. I met someone who actually had gained all the weight back. I looked at them, and it's funny because I looked at them. I was like, they had surgery, and they showed me pictures of what they looked like before surgery. They had like a good year or two where things were just amazing, and then whatever happened, and they literally gained it all back. And 6 years since my surgery, I have gained weight back, but the most I ever got to was about 240, and this was in the midst of the pandemic and stress and stuff like that. And right now I'm about 220, which is under the number that my doctor said. But I also know right now, 6 years later, 220 now feels like so much more than it was back then. But my body has changed. I carry my weight differently. So right now, 225 is not my number of like comfort and knowing that I feel great. So so now I'm in a space where I'm like, okay, 220, I know that's where I'm at, and I really want to get myself back to about 180. 5'9", 180. That's still a pretty big guy, right? But I'm being very self-conscious of what I put in my body. I get exercises in. I wake up every morning and I go for walks. I started going back to the gym again. I was in the gym this morning, and I was doing chest. I was bench pressing. I think I got to like 205. Did I get to 205? Yeah, I got to about 205 on the bench, and I was like, man, I remember when I was benching 350 when I had a max of 405 during my younger days. But that's back in the day. I'm a man of a certain age now, so but I'm saying all this to say that it's very important that you really take care of yourself. And whether you maintain a healthy weight just because you're able to, whether you put the work in and get yourself down there without any outside assistance, or if you make decisions to get outside assistance like I had to, with the weight loss surgery and all those things, but still your responsibility to take care of yourself, and that's what my focus is now. I want to share with you one thing I'm going to be doing over the next 7 days. I think beyond just the weight loss, I think it's also very important that we find out that we put our places that we find our good mental space as well. Your overall health is tied into your overall place of your overall mental state. And I can tell you this, we all struggle, right? We all struggle with our mental health. We all struggle with stress, and often food becomes tied into it, and especially very unhealthy foods. And I've been studying people who've been talking about fasting as a way to reset your system, and I've been wanting to do a water fast for a while now, for maybe about 2 years, and not for the weight, but just for clarity of mind, to kind of detox, right? So I've decided that I want to do it now and commit myself to it, but I'm going to do it and commit myself to it by using you guys who are watching this to hold me accountable. So this morning I had my last cup of coffee for the next 7 days, and I'm going to, day by day, I'm going to play day by day, but I'm going to be on a straight water fast for the next 7 days. And I'm going to give you step-by-step, play-by-play rundown of what the experience is like. And I'm going to use this platform here on Facebook, and I'm going to post these videos on YouTube as well, to let you know what I'm going through, through the different phases. People talk about the first 3 days being the most difficult of those days, and I'm nervous about that. I've done juice fasts before, and those first 7 days on a juice fast was like, it was painful, but even then I did do it in summertime. I was single and lived by myself, so I think I slept through those first 3 days, but I don't have the same luxury, work and the children and all that. I don't have the same luxury of just being like, I'm gonna shut myself down. So it's gonna be interesting to see how I handle that, and maybe it might not even be an issue. I'm a different person than I was from back then. But it's something that I do know people have talked about. Like that's the hardest part, those first 2 or 3 days of a fast. And so I'm going to start that. I started it today. I have my gallon of water minimum per day. I actually went to the store and bought 7 of these to start me off with. That's in the car. So once I'm done with this, I go to the car, grab the next one, and water room temperature, and for the next 7 days, and let's see what happens. And I will definitely keep you abreast of every step, and hopefully, I'm able to do it. And if I'm not able to do it, then I'm not able to do it. But I'm committing myself to this. This is something that I need right now, and if you've done a juice fast, if you've had a weight loss surgery, how's it been for you? How has the surgery been for you? How have you been able to maintain? How long has it been since you had your surgery? Are you still where you want to be? Have you returned back to the numbers that you were before? And are you working yourself back down again? And juice fast, if you've ever done a juice fast, how's the experience for you? What are some tricks and tips that you have? And I'm looking forward to hearing from you. So if you're watching this video, I'm going to make sure I put in the title very clearly, weight loss surgery, and I'm doing a water fast, so I can get some feedback from people who are out there. That's it for right now. All right. Thank you so much. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you very, very soon. All right. Probably before the end of the day. All right. Peace.